Yeah, that was the same. It was the same project, but I didn't. He didn't get time, but it's the same project. Yep, yep, it's the same project. Right. Hey, peace, 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 family and friends. You don't want to miss this business luncheon. I'm presenting live on Facebook and YouTube. It's going down right now in about 10 minutes. Live on Facebook and live on YouTube at Kareem Ivan Hakeem Goodman Bay. And also on my Facebook page at Kareem Goodman Bay. You don't want to miss it. Tap in now. Peace. Yeah, yeah, I got it. No, I've been home for a few minutes. Yep, I've been home. I literally just got here, man. Yep. I'm about to in a minute. Man, tell everybody I said thank you, man, and I'm appreciative to everything, man. Yes. Yes, everyone. Tell everybody I said thank you for taking time out of your day. And thank you for having me, man. It's an honor. Yes, it's an honor. Yeah. Yep, it's an honor, brother. Hold on. If y'all can hear me, let me know. If everybody can hear me on YouTube, I was just getting home. Let me get myself together. Apologize. I got answer these couple calls. So just bear with me. We're gonna get started in one hot second. 1 second. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Oh, you said you could hear? Peace, gratitude, man. Gratitude is the attitude with me. Like I said, man, I'm only here to illuminate some history that I get to do on campus at GCU. And I jump back on, hold on. And I jump back on this social media to share this vital information with those that want to learn. If you're not here to learn and be disrespectful, all I'm gonna do is block you. I have no problem doing that at all. At all. I have no problem doing that. But today is an amazing day. And I want to say thank you to all. I want to say thank you to all. But first, I'd like to give some ground rules before I jump into this teaching. It's going to be a little extensive, so I'm going to take a break as we're doing it because a lot of your children will take business classes and college courses and things, and they'll come out learning nothing. The information that they may get won't even be applicable for them to use. And so I tell all my friends and family, if you have your own social media, share this vital information. Share this vital information because I'm here to give y'all free information. The reason why a lot of my lectures are on a college campus because I'm alumni of Grand Canyon University. I got my dual master's degree from there. And so I don't have to pay to use the library when I rent it out. The faculty let me use it. And when I have these lectures, it be filled with college students and I don't charge. All I ask the college students to give a suggested donation of $10 or $20, and most of them give at least $20. And with their donation, I give them the literature for they can study it on their own. Today I have 5 documents, and I did this lecture on college campus. I have 52 college students, and everyone gave a $20 donation with no problem. And I jump on here, and like I said, I'm going to start cutting my lecture short because I really don't get donations from the general public to give this information. And a lot of this information you're not going to get from college, especially business classes. They're going to teach you the same repeated thing. They're not going to teach you things that you can use and take home. They're not going to give you documents and things for you can study and ask questions. All they're going to do is just give you a whole bunch of regurgitated things. So today, I'm asking everybody, if you have it on your heart, when I do these lectures, if you have it on your heart to give a donation to our temple and school, I use Cash App, $KG Bay. If you give a donation, all you have to do is when you give a donation to Cash App, leave your email on there, and I will forward you the information, or I will have one of my muftis forward you the information. You can send me an email. My email is Goodman, GOODMAN, KHARY @gmail.com. And just let me know you gave a donation, and I'll get the literature to you. Give me 1 second. I got someone coming in. 1 second. Yeah, come on in, man. Yep. And y'all can sit anywhere, man. You can sit anywhere on the couch or right next to me. It's all good. I got a couple of my neighbors that's here. Some people that I met when I go to the library and lecture, man, they actually found my email and they was like, man, you my neighbor. And so I allow family and friends and neighbors to come and listen to these teachings. And when I break down history and science, especially on the college campus, it's full of all different nationalities. It's full of all different nationalities, and they don't have a problem with donating to our temple and school. So I have a few people on my YouTube page. I have some people on my basic page, and I'm asking you if this information is important to you, yes or no. If not, I understand. And then I really don't want people just to sit without giving a donation. And it can be whatever is on your heart. I'm giving you free information that a college student, all college students know is very important, especially if you study in business, civics, or just in general, because we are businesses. I'm giving you vital information. And like I said, I have 52 college students that tap into my lecture on campus, and everyone gave a donation, and they try to give more, and I give out my books. So today, if you give a donation, I'm going to give you the documents that I'm speaking on, and I use Cash App $KG Bay. When you donate, all you have to do is leave your email, but you can email me at Goodman GOODMANKHARY @gmail.com and let me know that you gave a donation, and I will make sure you get the literature. So I like to do things systematically. So the first topic I was talking about, why you want a trust instead of a will, because a lot of times wills are litigations. Litigation means the attorneys know that it's going to suck up all your money, and it's a plethora of type of trust. I don't tell no one what type of trust that they should have, but I do recommend things when I do those one-on-ones with people. And then I tell you to go ask your so-called attorney. Go ask anybody that's a legal representative that understand real business, and they're going to tell you the right thing instead of trying to get some money from you. Because I educate people. I tell everybody I'm a teacher. I have my own muftis. I educate you in the right way. And a lot of our people just jump on the internet and assume because they're not willing to be students. And so this information that I provide when I do these lectures on the college campuses, it be packed with all students. It be packed with business people. They say, well, man, you should be teaching college courses. No, I shouldn't. Because if I was teaching college courses, I wouldn't be able to teach this. Because what I teach, you can use. And I'm correcting a lot of mistakes. And I tell everyone to share this. All my lectures go viral on the college campus. When I say viral, the students are there. The faculty are there. And I'm changing lives. Man, I tell everybody, especially our own melanated brothers and sisters, a lot of people have become comfortable working extremely hard for low-paying wages. And it's indicative of a scarcity mindset. It's indicative of a scarcity mindset. When a person say they work hard and they work over, but are you going to get paid for more of that? Then they say, oh, overtime. Man, don't nobody care about overtime. You're getting taxed. And then we don't even know about tax codes. A lot of things I speak about, a lot of our brothers and sisters are totally lost because they're not educated on certain things, because they caught up in spookism and scare tactics, and they don't know tax codes. And so we get comfortable working in poverty. We get comfortable working a lot of low-wage jobs. We get comfortable of not putting our money together, building an infrastructure. That's one of the issues that I saw on the college campus when I saw the college hunks, when I saw these misnomer Chinese guys that's not even from the States. They all came, put their money together, and they the ones that own all the hair stores where the sisters going to buy their weave for their braids and all the different lotions and the different oils and everything. And they have their own store. They put their money together. I sat and watched brothers and sisters, 10 people put $5,000 together and jumped in the game with 50 grand. Now they worth 50 million. I saw 10 people put $2,000 together and had 20 grand. And now, shoot, they popping. I even saw 10 students put $1,000 together and started with as little as $10,000 to get their food trucks. Now they have 10 food trucks and they making millions of dollars. I saw that. Why? Because I sit on their board. But with us as a people,
We'll never come together because we want to be the only one. And ideas have to be backed by those that have a little dollars. I know a lot of people that have great ideas that want to have daycares and things with great ideas, but people don't put their money together and do these things. We think working to the bone, you think you're going to work a job and you're going to become rich. It's never going to happen. It's never, ever, ever going to happen. And that's the problem with a lot of our people. We smile. We work hard to the bone. They be so happy. Look, I got 20 years on the job. Okay, then when you retire, what do you have? So when I do these lectures on the college campus, my whole thing is, and the reason why I be sad is because none of my misnomer people, even the people I grew up with, are even in tune with what I'm talking about, sis. And when I do these lectures on the college campus, I have 50, 60, 70 college students. They all give $20, and then I give them all the information. And then they take the information that I give them and they use it. And they use all the information that I speak on. I'll give you a prime analogy. I just had a business meeting with a lady, and she was like, well, this attorney told me to get a will. And I said, scratch the will. You don't want a will. And then I had everybody raise their hand. How many people in here have a will? Everybody raised their hand. I said, that's messed up. You don't want a will. You want a trust, because a will is litigation. My professor just sit back there smiling. But see, this stuff fall on deaf ears to us because we're not educated. We're not educated on that. We're not educated on taxes. I told y'all we are comfortable working extremely hard for low paying wages. And it's indicative of a scarcity mindset. We think $20 an hour is a lot of money. We really think that. We really think that. And that's pennies. You got to get there. You got to get back from there. You talk about wear and tear on your vehicle. All those things, you're not making $20 an hour. You might be making 10 when you average out your time and to get there and gas and how much gas costs and inflation. You're not making $20 an hour. But see, we be so happy with working low income jobs instead of using our mind and coming together as a conglomerate. I told y'all, we don't take, I won't even say a risk. I say we don't even take an opportunity, to make money. But we'll go out to the clubs. We'll go to these concerts. If our friend don't have no money, we'll pay for them. And if you don't have no money, they'll pay for you. And then when you do that over and over the course of a year, tell me how much money that you spent on partying and BSing. I guarantee you spent over $1,000. I guarantee you. So if you got 10 friends in the course of one calendar year, Sis Isis, and who else is that? Oh, homegirl from Flint, Quan. If you got 10 people and y'all party and bull crap in the course of 12 months and y'all spend $1,000 and that's 10 people, that's $10,000. That's $10,000 right there. That's $10,000. Then you think you're getting a tax return. Then say another $1,000. So you telling me 10 people can't put 2,000 together and have 20 grand and jump into the game? Whatever idea that you have. You want a daycare? You want a barbershop? You want a food truck? I sat and showed people how to get a food truck. Showed them the proper license. Showed them that a food truck is nothing but some change. And these brothers and sisters got 2 food trucks, hooked it up to their trucks. They popping. Now I'm about to invest with some other people and get me a couple food trucks and put people in the game. Now I'm working on having our mobile salon. Yeah, our mobile salon, where they go into different places, where you can solicit places to be in their parking lots and things. And these are the things that I'm able to talk about with my brothers and sisters while we bragging on working a whole bunch of jobs. And you will retire broke and beat down. So when I started talking about the difference from a will and the difference from a trust fund, you should never ever get a will. How many people have a will? A will is litigation, meaning if you say this is in my will and say you got a son or a daughter or somebody in your family that you don't deal with and they want something so bad because they feel that you got something and they your brother and all that, what they're going to do is petition the courts. That's litigation. And now they're going to start eating up the estate. That's what happened with misnomer black people. That's what a will does, is litigation. You bringing people in your contract. The same way with a so-called marriage license. When I tell my brothers and sisters, if I'm teaching you something now, you shouldn't make the same mistake as our foremothers and our forefathers. When I talk about the law, but we don't know what, we don't understand it. When I tell brothers and sisters, they go down to the city hall and they get a marriage license, and I ask them why. They say, that's the law. I say, you a lie, ain't no truth in you. You done got a contract. You done got a civil contract. You don't need no marriage license from no damn city hall. You do that with your religious head. And then we have a person that sees it and notarize it, and you put it in the paper. A person that signs the document, a notary. That's it. You don't have to go to no city hall and bring no judge in there with you with no wedding. A judge don't bring marriages together. Only God can do that. But see, we are so lost because we don't know law. And then all our kids go downtown to the city hall and get a marriage license. You should never get a marriage license. You are bringing a third party in your contract. All you got to do is ask them, if you don't have your religious rights to do this, well, then the court say, come to us. If you don't have your midwives to do your birth in your culture, come to us. That's why when a kid be born under the state, it costs so much money. In our culture, we had our midwives. You do not have to go to no damn hospital to have a child. But we don't know this. We lost due to a lack of knowledge. And so when I talk about trust, I'm able to talk about this on a college campus. And it's a plethora of different type of trust. So if you like what I'm saying, don't hesitate to give a donation to our temple and school. And I'll give you all the information that you can study. And we use Cash App, $KGBay. I'm going to continue to do this. I'm going to continue to operate on donations. I'm going to continue to jump on here and ask my brothers and sisters to support something the same way that the college students do. The same way they give me donations, because I'm able to go on the college campus and not charge nothing because I'm an alumni. And I ask for donations and I give them the information and they use it. And we don't. And we don't. But you need the information so you can read it, so you can study it, so you can give it to your kids, so you can sit down in your groups and have conversations, so you can hit me up in your personal groups and I can mentor you. And you can have your group. You can say, hey, man, Sheik, I got 10 to 20 people that we want to sit down and go over these things with you. We want to go over trust. We want to go over these certain things and why we should and why we shouldn't do these things. And then go ask questions. So the first thing I lectured on is the different type of trust funds. And you have about 16 trusts. It's a few that I recommend, but I'm not going to do any recommendations. I only do recommendations to the people that I counsel. And this is for business purposes only. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to tell you to research everything I say. Research everything I say. That's what I tell every student. Don't believe nothing I say, because I can just tell you some BS. I tell you to research everything I say as a student to make sure it's valid. And then if you are intrigued, if you are in a situation, or before you get in a situation, this is what you should use, these tools. So a trust is an estate planning tool to transfer assets to your heirs, also known as your beneficiaries, upon your death. And once you've established a trust, you can designate an individual or institution a trustee, just like when we talk about a power of attorney. Remember what I say, power of attorney. Write these words down. Power of attorney. And I'm just teaching y'all the same way I did on the college campus. Get a standing ovation every time. A trustee to manage the trust and the benefits to benefit your beneficiaries, those that you leaving your assets to, etc. Establish correctly your trust can, 1, transfer your assets to your heirs easily. Transfer. That's why a lot of my European colleagues, they don't lose nothing, because they take everything out of public and put it in private. And we don't understand that. Everything that the misnomer black man have is in public. That's why we lose everything. Keep your property away from probate process. Probate, going to court, aka litigation, where it eat up your money. And those attorneys know that. They be licking their chops when Negroes be arguing, especially families. And there are 2 basic categories of trust. You got a living trust and a testamentary trust. And most trusts are living trusts, meaning they are set up during the person that is the creator or the grantor's lifetime. Living trust can be either revocable or irrevocable. Revocable or irrevocable. You have to know what those 2 things mean, which the average of our people, they don't know. I know this for a fact. And on the hand, testamentary trusts are set up after your death, according to your last will and testament, and are only enforced after death. So you got a whole bunch of different type of trust. You got a whole bunch of different type of trust. So I'll talk about a little bit of the trust. Degree of flexibility. A revocable trust is easy, amended, or revoked. Irrevocable trust. Permanent, non-changeable terms. So you got, for families, generation, skipping trust. Skips a generation for inheritance. You got Totten trust, payable on death, avoids probate. You got special needs trust, supports family members with disabilities. You got spendthrift trust. You got pet trust. You got blind trust. You got special trust. Special trusts are charitable trust, constructive trust. You got for married couples or union couples. When I tell you, you don't have to go to the city hall to go in a union. You got joint trust. You got bypass trust. You got a Q-tip trust. And for financial management, you have qualified persons residence trust. The acronym, we call it QPRT. You have asset protection trust. And you also have a thing we call life insurance trust. So I'll just give y'all a little tittle of these things. A revocable trust is good for people looking for flexibility in managing their assets during their lifetime. A revocable trust can be changed or canceled by the grantor at any time, as long as the grantor is mentally competent at the time of the decision. See? An irrevocable trust is good for high net individuals looking for estate tax benefits and greater protection. An irrevocable trust cannot be modified or revoked without its beneficiary's permission or the court's interference. Once it's established, the grantor relinquishes ownership and control of the assets listed. I'll give you an analogy. It was a soccer player, that big time rich soccer player, and his wife wanted to divorce him. And she was like, oh, he's a millionaire, but he couldn't get nothing because all his assets was in his trust. He trusted everything to his mother, and his mother paid him from the trust. She couldn't get nothing. Why? Because he didn't own anything. He didn't even own his clothing. And despite his lack of flexibility, irrevocable trusts offer asset security and tax advantages, making them an attractive type of trust for people with large or complex estates. So then you have a form of a joint trust. It's good for union couples who want to manage and distribute assets together. A joint trust combines the assets of both spouses. I wouldn't tell you to do that a lot of time, because if you owe something and then you do things like when people file taxes together that's married, then they getting both of y'all together. I tell people to keep your maiden last name for business purposes only, because you should understand that your marriage is a business, but that fall on deaf ears of most of our misnomer Black people. It's just what it is, because we're not educated. We think Jesus is going to fix everything. But I understand that aspect. But you need to understand business. You need to understand that you are a business, and the average of our people, they just don't get it. They just don't get it. They operate on blind faith, which is the craziest thing that I ever seen in my life. Both parties have the ability to manage and control these assets. Why you think when men get married and men and women get married and then they get divorced, the first thing the woman wants is this support, because that's a civil lawsuit. Think about it. It's a civil lawsuit. Think about it. Protect your assets. One key advantage is administrative convenience, as there are only one set of documents to manage. Then you have a bypass trust. And I'm only giving an introduction. I'm not explaining it all because it'll take me too long. And I do this with my colleagues that I tutor. It's good for blended families for control over disposition of assets after both spouses' death. A bypass trust, also known as an AB trust or credit shelter trust, is designed for married couples. It aims to protect and shield assets from beneficiaries while offering flexibility to a surviving spouse. In the context of blended families, a bypass trust could prevent the surviving spouse from altering the original allocation of assets. Just like when you get a son or somebody that you don't deal with, And then they want to come back, oh, this is my dad. And you say, I ain't dealing with you. I ain't never dealt with you when you was alive. So when I'm gone, you think you're finna get something? It'll protect you. It'll protect you. Qualified, terminable, interest, property trust, we call a Q-tip trust, is good for married individuals with significant estate seeking to minimize estate taxes. Because like I tell everybody, the whole thing is to pay less taxes. We get in this white and black thing, and I'm gonna teach y'all about taxes. Misnomer black people think taxes go to running the United States of America, but it's sitting in a private banking system. I'm a private banking system. I'm tax exempt for the federal government. That's why I operate on donations. And everybody that's part of my ministry and donate, all my professors and all the college students, I get to give them a tax exempt receipt, and they take it to their tax preparer and offset their taxes. In the state of Arizona, it depending on how much money you make, you have to give more than 10%, which I know the tax code. And then a lot of my donors, they make sure they give that, and I give them a tax exempt receipt, and they give to their tax preparer. Because the thing is to give Uncle Sam less money and support your religious and charitable contribution of your choice. Because your pastor, your sheikh, should be a minister, should be a businessman, should be educated to be able to help you in all assets of life, to where you don't have to go nowhere else, because we are tax exempt for the federal government. But that's a lot of misnomer black people fault, once again, because they think the church is just a place you go pray. But your pastor supposed to be an educated man, not nobody that's called by Tyrone, talking about he was called to preach, and he's just up there hacking and can't help no kids in academia. That's a lot of misnomer black people problem. No disrespect to no one, because we're not educated on Pooh Diddley. And what we do, we repeat poor stuff. We repeat welfare, Section 8, because we don't have any businesses to pass down. Our fathers and mothers said work, and then you retire at 70 or 80 and can't do nothing. And then you have a house, like I'm from the city of Flint, and see people be lying. And that's the thing, another thing about misnomer black people. They'll lie in your face and act like they owe you something or they can do something for you. One, none of my brothers and sisters can do nothing for me. I wish my mom and dad was on here, because my mom and my dad are my biggest supporters. I'm from the city of Flint, Michigan. In our neighborhood, my parents own 2 houses. When my mother opened up her daycare, my dad bought the house next to us. Right now, when my aunt Wanda passed, my cousin's mom, before she passed, my dad rented the house to her and then sold it to her and gave it to her. The house next to her, I lived in, me and my brother. My uncle stay in the house now. My brother had the house, and my brother lost the house over back taxes. But these Negroes are lie, act like they can do something for you, but they be lying, and ain't no truth in you. Negroes lose property for back taxes. Why? Because they don't want to pay no money. They don't want to keep nothing, and they don't understand that these are assets, but they are lie. And then that's why when you look at your houses that you grew up in and all that, and you go back to your neighborhood, everything is abandoned or tore up. Why? Because Negroes don't know how to keep things, and they don't pay the property taxes on their homes, and so the city take them. See, these is facts, and facts are stubborn, but it's the truth. Ain't nobody just gonna get their house took from them unless you ain't pay your damn back taxes in the city of Flint. And in the city of Flint, in the urban neighborhoods, the property tax ain't nothing but a couple $100s a year. Don't that tell you something about these grown sorry ass Negroes, excuse my candor, that wear a whole bunch of tennis shoes, buy a whole bunch of liquor, and then think they something because they just having sex with women and having a whole bunch of babies, but you don't own nothing. And then they'll sit up there and lie to you in your face. They'll sit up there and lie to you in your face because they don't own nothing. That's the truth. The average misnomer black person will lose their mother or father house that was given to them. Why and how? On back taxes. All you got to do is go to the city hall and pull it up and see that these people lost their homes on back taxes. Hell, I got the whole list right now. And I got the land bank list. I own damn near a whole block from the city I'm from Flint, Michigan. And I've been trying to have people do this with me. I don't get nobody to jump in with me. And now I got a whole bunch of Europeans that's going to help me and build, and they're going to put millions behind it. And I'm going to build my own private neighborhood with my temple on one side, refurbish the homes and move single moms in them, and have our businesses on the other side. And it'll be a private religious community. And you have to get gated in because ain't nobody going to buy our block back but us. And these companies are spending millions of dollars buying our land, and they're going to kick the misnomer Negro out. And they're going to build projects, and they're going to build these Negroes on top of each other. I'll show y'all the blueprints because I have them. This is real life. I just left my neighborhood of Flint, Michigan. People be having little block parties, which is good, and all that stuff. But when you go on the block party, how many houses are abandoned? How many houses are abandoned? And then how many houses do the people own on those streets? right now in our city of Flint, you have a person that live in so your house is in the middle. On the next to it, it's a abandoned house. Next to it is abandoned house. Then all the other houses abandoned, but you paying property taxes. And you telling me you ain't going down to the city hall and to your mayor petitioning them to tear that raggedy piece of crap down so you can own the land, and the city should give you the land. Why? So you can build on it, so you can build a garden. But they don't care about no misnomer black people that live in the hardest hit fund. They think because misnomer black people will celebrate poverty and being poor. We a party and bullshit on the street, excuse my candor, with all raggedy stuff. But when you go on the outskirts, when you go to Grand Blanc and all these places, and these people that spend their money and pay property taxes, I bet you a European or who else that move out of the neighborhood and move on the outskirts, they would not be living to no abandoned house or no burnt up house. These is facts. So where is the money going? Where is the property tax going? Where's the money going? We not refurbishing our neighborhoods, and we okay with living like we live in Beirut. We okay with living in a community where all the houses on the block is burnt up or abandoned. And ain't no Europeans came in our neighborhood to destroy it. It only been crackhead Negroes and our own brothers and sisters that stripped the houses. And y'all know I'm telling the truth, especially those from the city of Flint, especially those in Detroit, especially those from urban neighborhoods that live in the same neighborhood that you grew up in when your mother and father was raising you. And y'all know I'm telling the truth. And y'all know I'm telling the truth. We don't know nothing. So you got special needs trust. You got asset protection trust. I'm not going to break down all the trust because I'm just going over some things. And I get donations when I speak. Like I said, here it is. I have 52 college students that donated $20 to hear me speak. And I gave them all the literature and they using it. They like, well, how can we do this? And I sit down with them and their families. And I show them how to set up their trust funds. I show them how to buy back their neighborhood. This is the expertise that I have. I told you about thrift trust. I told you about generation skipping trust, life insurance trust, qualified personal residence trust, charitable trust, constructive trust, Totten trust, blind trust, pet trust. You got all those type of trusts. So what type of trust do you need? With many different trust structures available, deciding which one is right for you can be challenging. But when you sit down and when somebody educates you on these things, I remove the veil because I give you everything and I let you make a decision. How? We're based off the information. And each kind of trust described that I gave y'all, they all have unique features, but they all share expected benefits, including estate tax reduction, avoidance of probate, which I call litigation. Anybody on here that have a will right now, something wrong with you. Because the will is litigation. You should never want to go to court to argue nothing. You should never want to bring a third person in your contract. And just like with marriage, marriage is a contract. It's a civil suit. When you have a sheep, when you have your spiritual head, you do not have to go to City Hall. I confer that. And you just got to have a witness. And it's got to be notarized and put in the paper. But we don't know that. We don't know these things. Why? Because our people are not educated. We are afraid and we're fearful. We are fearful. I just broke down all those trusts and why you should not want a will. You should be talking to your wife. You should be talking to your parents and all that and restructuring all your assets before you lose them. Because a will is litigation. You can be assured that you're making a necessary, responsible choice for you and your loved ones. You got to know this, brothers and sisters. When I speak of these things, when I speak of topics, and when I use these lectures to help my brothers and sisters, to show them real things in life and how you can be helped. Watch this. I got seeds all in my mouth. I didn't blend my smoothie good enough. So once again, I want to take a break. And I said, if you like these teachings, because people jump on my YouTube and my Instagram and never give a small donation, but my people are lost due to a lack of knowledge because they refuse to learn. And when you go to church, you will send your kids with money. And I'm asking my brothers and sisters, if you send a donation, I will give you these documents for you can study, so you can get into your own groups. And so when I do these lectures systematically, you have the information in your hand, because a lot of time, this is the first time you hearing these things. And I just broke down 16 different trusts. You're not going to remember all those trusts. I've done the research. I gather and compile it to make it an easy study for you, so you don't have to be all over the place. I've done the research. I graduated with honors. I have an undergrad in business. I have a dual master's degree in first century history and religion. I'm finishing my jury doctor's degree in indigenous people law and policy. And I'm your brother. I'm anointed and I'm consecrated. I know what I'm speaking on. If I didn't know, they wouldn't allow me to go on a college campus and rent the college at my alumni, which is GCU, and have 50, 60, 70 students there with a listening ear, and every one of them give me a donation, every single one. So I'm asking my brothers and sisters, why not you? And if my information is not vital, why are you here? Because I said I'm going to take a break before I get into the next topic. I always throw the question back on my brothers and sisters. If the information that I'm saying is not valid, why are we here? And why do we spend our money on things that's meaningless? Because we are comfortable working extremely hard for low paying wages. And it's indicative of a scarcity mindset. You can't even get 10 people to give $1,000 to get $10,000. I work with different Europeans, and it's 10 of them, and they put $2,000 together. They just got 20,000. I helped them get their own moving company. I helped these people get food trucks. The last group of people I just helped, 10 brothers and sisters, put $5,000 together. They got 50 grand. They popping. They own a hair salon out here in Arizona. I'm gonna go to the store tomorrow. My misnomer Indian people, the store I go to get all the herbs, they family, their kids went to school with me. I helped them set their business up. They petitioned their whole family, and all their family put money together to operate their businesses. Now they a multi-million-dollar operation. They a multi-million-dollar operation. When I told them to put everything in a trust, when I told them that who's your spiritual head, just like us misnomer black people, we give our money to Uncle Sam willingly. And I'm a trust fund. I'm a private banking system. And I tell you that the money that you give to taxes does not go to run the United States of America. It sits in the private banking system. And I'm a private banking system that's tax exempt from the federal, religious, scientific, charitable wise. Meaning when you give donations, I can give you a tax exempt receipt to offset your taxes that you give to Uncle Sam. The whole thing is giving Uncle Sam less money and supporting your religious and charitable contribution of your choice, because your spiritual house and your pastor should not only be preaching the word, he should be an educator, and you shouldn't have to go outside for nothing, because everything in your house of worship should be tax exempt for the federal government. You able to do business. And I teach you about tax codes and how much percentage that you need to donate to offset your taxes. And that's how we do business. And we use our tax dollars to build our infrastructure, to buy our neighborhoods back, instead of living next to burnt up houses like my people do in the city of Flint. And it fall on deaf ears while my European colleagues and these college students are winning. So once again, if you like these teachings, please give a donation to our temple and school. And we use Cash App $KGBay. If you give a donation, all you got to do is leave me your email when you donate to Cash App, or send me an email. At my email is Goodman, GOODMANKHARY @gmail.com, and just say, hey, Sheik, hey, teacher, I gave a donation. May I please get the literature for I can study and I can share with my family and I can research it. I can sleep on it. I can ponder on it. I can share with my fans and family that think they know something, but we must be corrected. And then we can come back as a conglomerate and learn. And then we can reach one, teach one, and vice versa. And I can go in everybody's community and show you how to do things. Because ain't nobody coming to your neighborhood to build no businesses but us. Ain't nobody coming to your neighborhood to build no gardens but us. And if you live in the city of Flint or Detroit or any urban neighborhood or the hardest hit fund, and you live in the same house that you lived in when you was a kid, and the house next to you is burnt up or abandoned, and the other house next to you on the other side is burnt up and abandoned, and you don't own that house, and you ain't had the city hall and petition the mayor to tear that down and give it to you and create on your land, that's our problem. That's our problem. And I'm going to continue to say it. So the next thing I'm going to talk a tip to about, and I'm going to go into the next topic, because I have these documents. And if I wasn't able to speak, and if I was saying something that wasn't valid, I wouldn't be invited on a college campus as an alumni to speak in a doctoral library to a plethora of students. In my last lecture, I have 52 students, and they all gave $20. I walked out of there in 2 hours with $1,040 just off lecturing. And then they wanted me to open my database and auction books off to them. But I give them the books for small pennies because they're students. And a lot of books that I have cost thousands and thousands of dollars. Like, I share so much things. A lot of stuff that people see on TikTok, I have all the books. Like Sharice McIntyre, she got a book called Criminalizing the Race. All my muftis got it. Go on Amazon and see how much that book costs. It costs a grip. And then you can go on Instagram or TikTok and see Sharice McIntyre talking. Matter of fact, I'll just show y'all something real fast, and then I'll proceed.
I told you, just like this book said, the whole process of what you're reading is a process of editorial concordance with whatever keeps them in the dominant.
She said everything you read is an editorial concordance of keeping them in dominance. And everybody was on here asking, what book is she quoting? Everybody on here asking, what book is she quoting? And I tell everybody, and you can, when you go through the comments, because I love going through comments, the book she quoting is this book right here. Who Tampered with the Bible? It's called Who Tampered with the Bible. Anything that somebody going to talk about, I have it. Why? Because I'm an educator. I converted over 1 million books to PDF at my company, so you can download it on your tablet or your phone, or you can get it printed and bind it. And our company, bindedbooks.com, will print and bind it. Or you can go to Office Max or Staples and print and bind it. Or I also have another company, it's called bindedbooks.com, where we print and bind expensive and rare books for a fraction of the price. And it still continue to fall on deaf ears of the Negro. And all my college colleagues, everybody in school that I met, they don't go to Amazon. They deal with me. They say, brother, we know you. Why would we go to Amazon and support Jeff Bezos? We don't know him. They're like, Jeff Bezos don't come lecture to us. They're like, all these books that you talk about, these people put on Amazon for thousands of dollars, and you convert them to PDF and you offer them to us for a fraction of the dollar. And then your other company, bindedbooks.com, you will bind and print the book for us for a fraction of the price. And we're not going to support you. That's why I say, I don't know what people talking about. I get more support than other people that don't look like me than my own people. Why? Because education and wisdom is knowledge is not important to the Negro. It's just a fact. Because my people are lost due to a lack of knowledge because we refuse to learn. And I'm giving you scholarship. And everything that I'm talking about, you can research it. You can talk to a so-called attorney. You can go into college and ask a professor. I guarantee you, they're going to say, whoever you've been speaking with, I don't know why you're coming to me, because he's my teacher. And they'll be talking about me. Professors on the college campus that teach history, science, and civics and law, they converse with me, little old me, and they give me donations. So why would I want to take a check and it be contingent on me shut everything down and I can't speak this way because they want y'all to go in debt? Just like when I talk about the faith-based initiative. The faith-based initiative is what a lot of misnomer black pastors have and the Baptist Congress have. How? To teach government-mandated religion. To teach that you a Negro, to teach when you die, you're going to go to heaven. They get the faith-based initiative. They get a check. They get a check. I'm never going to get a check because I'm educated. I didn't go to no seminary to be trained like no dog, to say sit, spot, sit, go fetch a stick. I named myself and I'm educated. So I'm always going to go against the grain of Eurocentric and Negrocentric propaganda and pseudo academia. That was my oral dissertation in college. I destroyed Eurocentric and Negrocentric propaganda. I told them that academia, when you're not educated, is pseudo academia. And I stayed in the library and I graduated with honors from 2 universities. I'm anointed and consecrated, and I'm your brother. And I created companies that can replenish the world. That replenish the world, that Jeff Bezos and all these book companies sell all these books for all these hundreds and thousands of dollars. No book should cost no hundred or no thousands of dollars. And the only reason why they do, because the information is in there and they know the average Negro is not going to spend no money on that. They're going to spend the money on some stupid ass, excuse my candor again, Balenciagas that look like Skechers, or some fake designer that you spend thousands of dollars for and it only cost them $30 to make. And we fake rich. Because the Negroes that live in the projects and in the raggedy neighborhoods, they have more designer than us. I mean, than somebody that really have money. And it's a shame. It's a shame. So once again, if y'all like the teachings I'm not asking nobody to pay me, but a workman is due his hire. I'm saying, is my teachings worth a donation? I'm asking people yes or no. If it's not, then all you have to do is get off my page. But if it is, I ask you from your heart to give a donation to our temple and school, which is Cash App, $KG Bay. And I don't care what you give. I'm going to give you the information. I'm going to give you the information. But I hope it's on your heart that you please give something that you will give away willingly. I hope you at least give $10 or $20 as a suggested donation, because the information that I'm going to email you is worth way more than $10 or $20. I know this for a fact. One of the documents that I'm going to talk about is worth way more than $20. Because one, matter of fact, before I finish my teaching, one of the books that I'm going to talk about is about $1,000 on Amazon. Right here. Right here. You see the price? I'll show y'all. You see the price? It's over $1,000 on Amazon. It's over $1,000 on Amazon. One of the books that I'm a reference, that I have in my library, that I converted to PDF. This book is over $1,000 on Amazon. Over 1,000. It's called Vultures and Eagles Clothing. It's $1,228. And it's talking about stop paying income tax. And when I say stop paying, I'm not telling you to get in tax evasion. I'm telling you how you can decipher your money to a certain place and it be used for the benefit of doing things, because we do everything as a willing obligor. Negroes, when they get a job, you got all these different percentages of you want Uncle Sam to take out your check. And the average Negro will let them take the most out their check because they're getting a tax return. That's what they think. But you're only getting a small fraction, or I like to say a tittle, of what Uncle Sam took from you from the whole year. And I ask everybody that think they're getting the income tax, how much return, how much did Uncle Sam take out your check for the whole year? They can't even tell you. It's like reading a consumer bill. It's like reading your consumer power bill. You don't know what you're being charged for, but you just pay. I know how to read everything because I read contracts. A lot of contracts, you might get a contract 400 pages, and all the information might be on page 19. It might be a word in that contract that tell you that you ain't gonna have nothing, and you got to pay everything back. One little word. One word. And that's what misnomer black people do. And I tell y'all, paying taxes are good for entrepreneur and business people. And only people that get a tax return is people that lie, that use somebody else's kids, or if you claiming all your kids, if you just had a whole bunch of babies. And then when you get your taxes, what do you do with it? You spend it on party and BS. This is what I know. Because your spiritual head or your educator is not showing you how to decipher those taxes to your religious and charitable contribution of your choice, and we sit down and do real business. Why you think all rich people and everybody, I don't have a fight in no political party, and everybody say Donald Trump don't pay taxes? Yes, he do. He support his religious and charitable contribution of his choice, which all rich people do. Why you think Oprah give away cars? Why you think Drake give away $1 million? And then these misnomer athletes, they get these tax preparers, no disrespect, which is European Jews, and all they do is pay their taxes and they get kickbacks. And they go back to their neighborhood, and their neighborhood is raggedy. But you don't know that you can decipher your money that you pay Uncle Sam to your religious and charitable contribution of your choice and get a tax exempt receipt and build your infrastructure in your neighborhood. I'll give you a prime analogy. Say if you was in the state of California and you a multi-millionaire, you a basketball player, and you make 100 million, I'd say 100 million a year. Well, your taxes is, I'll just give an average of, is 10 million a year. And you would say, oh, I paid my taxes. Yeah, to charitable things and different things that doing no good. Instead of you sitting down knowing this and say, hey, I'm giving 60% of my earned income taxes before taxes to this organization. Hey, I'm dealing with my brother, Shikari Goodman Bay. He got his own temple. He got his own school. He got his own after school activities. He buying houses through our nonprofit organization, through our spiritual house. We building up our community. Not only am I supporting this brother and giving my donations to him, and he give me a tax exempt receipt, I'm sharing this with all my brothers and sisters that's in the same boat with me, and my brothers and sisters that work jobs, that willingly give their money to Uncle Sam. You see? And what I say fall on deaf ears to the misnomer Negro. When I be finished teaching and everybody that came on my page, no one give a donation. But I say it's okay. because when I teach on the college campus, I have no problem with it. And I tell everybody, I'm doing a whole bunch of content because I'm going to be gone in a minute. And nobody can be mad at me when I'm not on here no more. And they be like, where you go? And y'all see me in other places, and y'all see me building, and y'all see the infrastructure. Because we follow those fake people, pay for your leisure, and all those people, those dudes, I don't want to say no name, that say they got this Tulsa real estate and all this Black Wall Street. And y'all see all that stuff is fugazi. It's all fugazi. They tell you to buy their program. I never tell nobody to buy my program. You need to buy my damn program. I tell you to educate yourself, and I educate you. You need to buy my program. You the program. I'm just a teacher. I'm going to help you make the right business move and make the right moves to help you. And if you don't know how to help yourself, then I can be a consultant. But you don't have to take my program. Why? Why take my program for what? For what? That's a scam. That's some copy and paste stuff. I'm an educator. I'm going to educate you on how to help you. And then I'm going to show you the right language. I'm going to show you how to do things the right way. I'm a map and a guide. And you can use me as a consultant. That's why I tell people I'm tax exempt for the federal government. You should want to give donations to me. You should want to. You should want to not pay Uncle Sam and pay Uncle Sam less and get a tax exempt receipt from me to give to your tax preparer. You should want to. You should want to. That's your right. So I'm going to talk about one of the solutions to property tax. And this is by Joe Stevens, deceased, revised by Augustus Blackstone. And I'm going to go to the next teaching. Y'all with me? Are y'all understanding what I'm saying? Are y'all understand what I'm saying? If y'all still with me, and if the information that I'm giving is valid, talk to me. If it's not, I understand, and I understand why we'll never have nothing. I understand why our people will never have nothing. Thank you, brother. And if y'all like the teachings, don't hesitate to give a donation. I don't give a damn if it's $5. We give away $5. And we don't, and when I jump on here, none of my people think it's worth a donation. You telling me none of my people think this education and this history that I give is worth a donation? And I tell you about tax codes because your tax dollars does not go to run the United States of America. I tell you that anytime you give a donation, you can get this tax exempt receipt from me and give to your tax preparer. I just broke down 16 different type of trusts, and I'll give you the information for you can study it for yourself. Because I don't tell you what type of trust. I give you recommendations because this is for educational purposes only. You should be able to take this information that I have and take it back home and go over it with your spouse, with your children, with the people that you deal with, and then come back to me, and then we can have conversation. Because a lot of stuff that I'm talking about, I know this is the first time that you ever heard it. I know it is. I know it is. And when you give your money willingly to Uncle Sam, it sits in the private banking system. And I lecture these, and when I do these topics, you telling me I get 52 college students to donate at least $20 for me, and they use the information, and they use all the information that I talk about. And college people go in debt hundreds of thousands of dollars for what I teach y'all. A lot of misnomer Black people, since the COVID hit, they'll get on there and talk about, oh, I'm taking this, I got this brother course. And I ask you, since you've been taking that course, what have you learned? Pooh diddly, how much money you lost? Thousands. And all I ask my people is to donate consistently. And then the information that I give you, I tell you to go research it. Ask a lawyer, ask a business person, ask a professor, and I guarantee you they're going to agree with me because I'm an educator. Especially when I talk about tax codes, when I talk about your tax dollars does not go to run the United States of America. So once again, I'm asking my brothers and sisters, if this information is not important to you, why would you be here? And if I ask my brothers and sisters to give a donation to our temple and school for this information, and I give you the information to your email for you can have it. Because one document I just showed y'all, one document that I'm going to share with y'all is on Amazon for almost $1,300. It's on Amazon for almost $1,300. And when I talk about things about when it says stop paying taxes, it's not stop paying taxes. It's using your tax dollars to support your religious and charitable contribution of your choice and build your infrastructure up. Because that's why I'm tax exempt. Religious, charitable, scientific, educational wise. We don't know that. And it fall on deaf ears. And that's why I tell people I would never get a faith-based initiative. I lecture this. My college professor said, your people got to help you out, because I can do the same thing that a lot of these churches do. What? Just talk a whole bunch of nothing and tell people to get welfare and think that's your reparations? But you must repair yourself. I'm not getting no faith-based initiative, because I'm not speaking on government mandated programs to lie to you and tell you that you're a Negro, black, or color, or slave, and when you die, you're going to go to heaven or hell. I educate you on business. How many pastors teach that? How many pastors that's educated in business and from these fraternities will teach you real history? None. And you telling me it's not worth a donation from none of my people? And when I show you all the lectures, because I recorded this last lecture, because a lot of times they wouldn't let me record because they use it, it's their property, and I understand. And they don't want to share it with people. And they say, brother, you can just be a professor on campus and then shut your Instagram and YouTube down. But I don't want to. For $100,000, I don't want to do that. I don't want to shut all this down for my people, because when I go on campus, none of y'all will be able to hear nothing I'm saying. It's contingent on me signing the contract, saying I in my YouTube, and I got to prove it. In my Facebook, I got to prove it. And all I'll be doing is teaching on campus, coming home. And that's contingent on me getting the job on campus, because I'm giving all this information that they charge your kids or charge your kids to not even know. And you have to get a good teacher to teach you this on the side. And I'm doing this for free after I'm lecturing different nationalities. So once again, if it's worth something to you, Cash App $KGB. And we're going to see if it's worth something to any of our brothers and sisters, which I can tell it's not. So what my brother say, he said, man, you should just end it. Oh, thanks for the donation. Now, one of my homeboys just sent me $200. He was like, man, I got 8 people that want to learn, and we all give you donation. Shut this shit down. Excuse my candor. He said, shut this shit down. I'm on my laptop. He said, man, Sheik, shut this shit down. And I'm just using the language that he's using. But I don't want to. I'll give a little bit, then I'll shut it down. How about that? I'll give a little bit of topic, brother, and I'll just talk about a little bit. I won't go in detail, then I'll shut it down. Is that okay? He said no. Excuse my candor, man. I got people on my, I got my laptop up with my college students, and they like, man, shut that shit down. Either shut it down and we got you. No disrespect again. I'm just telling you, no disrespect. I'm just telling you. What he said? He said, people make so many damn excuses about everything. But he's like, I go on these people's YouTube page and Instagram page, everybody that be on your page, and they all act like they winning. Hey, that ain't me saying it. That's people that, I got somebody that watch my page, and everybody that jump on my page, he jump on their page, especially when people be saying disrespectful stuff. He jump right in their inbox, or he used the big brother, and he be like, man, this person is right here, and he have the big camera, Google Maps, and he be like, this where they at, Sheik, you want that information? I said, no, I don't. I say, I don't want nobody information, because I'm a teacher. I don't need nobody information that's not under my auspices. But that's what I get from most people on social media. And no disrespect to nobody. They say, I don't have it. I don't have this. But then you see them eating and smoking and drinking and buying clothes and all that. And that's why we don't have nothing. So thanks for the donation, brother. So I just got another one of my college students. He said, man, we got 150. So that's 350 already. He was like, how many people on your Facebook page and your Instagram donated? He said, I see at least 7 or 8 people on your YouTube, and a couple of people on your Instagram page, and a couple of people on your Facebook page. How many people donated? How many people donated? Zero. And that's why I call it misnomer black people, our own welfare. And that's why I say we comfortable working extremely hard for low paying jobs. And it's indicative of a scarcity mindset. And I don't mean no disrespect to no one. I'm just being flat out, because if I got these people on here and I ask my brothers and sisters for a small donation, and I'll give you the information, even when I have Sunday school, and the same people come back each week and nobody give a donation, that's messed up. But then you will get invited to go to church, and the first thing a nigger will do is send their kids and everybody with at least $5 or $10. Oh, I ain't gonna go to church without giving no donation. That's what happens every time. So I know we have a poor mindset. And then people say this is important information, and we won't give a small donation. Like I tell people, I don't want nobody to pay me. I don't. But if this is worth something to you, I mean, we pay for everything. We pay for everything that don't even have any meaning. And so I said it's sad. And we at a sad state. And we're never going to have nothing. As I continue to help people buy property in their neighborhoods, after I be showing these college students, they'll pick a neighborhood like Flint, Michigan, or St. Louis, which we call the hardest hit fund, and they go in an urban community, just like Walmart did before they open stores. They'll go in the community and send out their advocates to see where they should open up these stores, because they know Negroes are consumers. All we do is spend money, and they'll put a store in an area. After a certain while, they'll just shut it down. They don't care and be an eyesore, and they go to the next one. They pick urban cities, just like they pick urban cities to make fast food restaurants. If it wasn't no money in an urban community, why you think the misnomer Arabs got their stores? Why you think the misnomer Chinese got the Chinese hair store? Because they know Negroes spend money. And why we don't own nothing. And so I deal with these people, and they go back to our local neighborhoods, like the people I'm dealing with right now, the company. They're going back to the city of Flint, Michigan, buying all the plight. All the houses that I grew up in the city of Flint. I grew up on West Patterson Street. I grew up also in King Hood, on Green Street, where my cousin stay at, on my YouTube, on my Facebook page. And she'll tell you, on that street, it used to be a lot of houses. Either the other Empress, Quan, she grew up in that area. You can go right back to that area. Damn near every house on the block is abandoned or burnt the hell down. And people live on that block, and they don't own a goddamn thing. And we like living next to raggedy shit. And we talking about, oh, I voted for the city council and I voted for the mayor. Yeah, why you living next to plight? And we don't own nothing. And these companies gonna come into our urban communities, buying up everything for money, for pennies. And they pushing every Negro out of the neighborhood. Watch what I say. And Negroes lose their houses for back taxes. The same way my brother did. These Negroes be lying. Cause see, I ain't on nobody's side. I can care less. I'm an adult. I don't need no friend, no family member. I need people that understand that I understand. And most people that understand, that deal with me, are not my skin tone. And I hate to say it. All the lectures that I have, all the people that I advise in business do not look like me. The average people that give me donations do not look like me. The kids that I tutor do not look like me. It's just a fact. One of the kids that I tutored, he said, man, do your people know who Angelo Solomon is, the first Moorish Mason that taught everybody in Venice? He was like, my mom said you look just like him. That's why we picked you to teach me and be my tutor in college. And these people, parents pay me swell, and I give them a tax exempt receipt to tutor their kids in college, in business and math. These other nationalities. That's why I'll be laughing at our people. And all I ask is for pennies, because I know it takes pennies to make dollars, because I'm a good steward. And once these millions come in, watch what I do. I'm not mad at my people in the city. I'm just being valid. Watch what I build in my neighborhood. The first library in the neighborhood. The first person in the neighborhood that own a whole block and refurbish the neighborhood and put double wides on one side and businesses on the other side, and a temple and its private religious community. I'm going to be the first one. I'm going to be the first one to have a big library right in the neighborhood, because it ain't no libraries in the city of Flint. The only library is the main branch next to Central High School, and Central High School closed down. Northern closed down. Everything closed down. There's no services for us. Every services in our city is government funded. See, this is what I know, because everybody on welfare, and the government is our daddy, not mine, but a lot of Negroes. And we don't understand how to use our funds. We don't understand how to support somebody. But everybody on here, they go to church and put money in that tithe box. For what? And do you get a tax exempt receipt? Nope. Are you learning something? Nope. Misnomer black people, they are out Pope the Pope. They are out Muhammad. They are out Jesus while they living in poverty, and say Jesus gonna fix it. So I give a little bit more. Thankful that, man, I got another donation for my college student. He said, this 75, we know it's not much, but we put the collection together from all of us. We love you, Sheik. I love y'all too, man. I'm not stopping. I keep telling you, they like, man, shut it down. It's their loss. But I'm going to give y'all just this little bit more, then I'll be done. And I'll just talk about the other documents, and I'm out of here, I promise. But with the untimely passing of Joe Stevens and his wife, and the subsequent dissolution of the American Sovereign Group at Moses Lake, Washington, it seemed that no one was left to whom willing to carry the torch of the land patent update material. So I just go through a little bit of this. Hey, they ain't hating, they just telling the truth. These are people that support me. Just like if I be doing things for free and a person to come, they'll be like, well, but we giving you donations for this. They'll be like, why are you doing this for free? And they're like, why would you continue to do this for free? And we don't mind giving you donations and we don't mind supporting. They're like, why? That's all people are saying. And that's all I'm experiencing in my life. I'm not mad at nobody. I love what I do, D. Taylor. I love what I do. That's why I do it consistently. If I was in this for a whole bunch of money, clearly I'm not, because there ain't no whole bunch of money doing this. If I was on the internet acting a fool, like say, I'm gonna say names, Charleston White and a lot of other people that just to say anything, then you would say, yeah, this man doing it for the money. You will see how the brother started off advocating for the misnomer black people, speaking at funerals and doing all those things to bring people up. And he tell you everything he doing is a gimmick. And now he making millions of dollars. He said it. He said, when I was trying to help people, it fell on deaf ears. He said, now I'm on here acting a damn fool, acting like a nigga. He like, he rich. He's on all different podcasts. All y'all got to do is look at it and y'all know I'm telling the truth. So what am I saying? It's millions and millions of dollars in being a damn fool. It's no money in doing this. And if I was in it for the money, I wouldn't be doing this. I'd just be in my old school G-Ride car. I'd just be getting a whole bunch of money. I'll be at all the clubs, wearing all my jewelry, acting a fool. I have a whole bunch of naked women, all that, and I have thousands of views. I'll be traveling all over, hanging in clubs, on boats, showing that, acting like this is my life. I'll be going to Vegas like the one dude did that's in prison, no disrespect, polite, and renting cars and doing all that to act and tell you to take my course and having prop money and get millions and millions of views and tell y'all to take my course. That's popular. That's popular. Payola and all that. That's popular. Those brothers that talk about the Black Wall Street and all those brothers came together to hustle the people. That's popular. So I'm not in this for no money. Not doing this because this ain't work. This don't make money. Especially with my own kind. Especially with my own kind. This don't make no money. When I show y'all the lectures on the college campus, when it be packed with all professors and Europeans and misnomer Chinese people and professors and all these business people in the state of Arizona, y'all gonna be like, damn. Y'all be like, damn, it was over 200 people at this brother lecture on the college campus. Damn, it was over 100 people at the library out here in Peoria. Damn, he had 100 people at the bookstore at Barnes and Nobles listening to him, signing his books. So when I jump back on here, it's just like community service. That's why I ask for donations. That's it. I don't ask nobody to pay me nothing. I don't charge nobody nothing. I don't charge nobody nothing. I ask my brothers and sisters, give a donation. And we don't. And the first thing we do, we start making excuses why we can't, which I already know that. That's what we do. That's what misnomer black people do. They won't support something that's real. They'll make an excuse why they spend our money on things that's meaningless. I've seen that. I did a synopsis on that. I did a study on that. No disrespect to no one. So let me finish this and I'm out of here. I'll do a little bit more. But fully restoring allodial character to your land, and its title is a multi-step process comprised of 3 to 5 sequential segments, depending on the circumstances of each individual. And the very required and requisite step is to restore your own status and standing to that of sovereign elector. Sovereign elector. So you have property authority to carry out the remaining necessary actions, because you got to have a proper authority to carry out these certain actions. And the way you go about it, lawfully restoring your sovereign elector status and standing in thoroughly detail. And it's another document. I'm going to say this document again. It's called the Errant Sovereign's Handbook. It's called the Errant Sovereign's Handbook. If what I was saying wasn't valid, why every European that I deal with, they got everything what I'm talking about and they don't lose nothing. They pass things down to their grandkids and their grandkids. But when misnomer black people get things, they lose it. What? In probate court and back taxes. Why? Because blacks have no rights. And we still don't know that. When y'all watch Sopranos, why you think everything is under the Catholic Church? Because it's lawyer-client confidentiality. You can go and tell the gangsters to go and to the priest and tell them all about the people they murdered. Do the priest get subpoenaed to go to court and testify? No. But the misnomer black preacher do. You tell a black preacher something, the police coming to you, the prosecutor attorney, they subpoenaing the preacher, he telling everything. Because there's no lawyer and client confidentiality. Why? Because blacks have no rights in the court of law. According to science and law, black means death. But we don't know that. But everybody talk about they black because you don't know law. But you love reparations. Reparations is wrapped up in law, my brother, my sister. but the Errant Sovereign Handbook by Augustus Blackstone. And the next 2 steps in this process may or may not apply to your own particular status. I'll give a little bit. I'm not going to give the specifics, but I'll give a little bit because it's way more than what I'm talking about. I teach this. The first of these 2 conditional steps is the removal of the title from the register with the state and the county. That's it. I ain't gonna say nothing else. And not every state and county adopted the Torrens registry system. Not every state and country adopted the Torrens system. I'll say that a little bit. You would need to withdraw it from registration. All this stuff is free information that I teach for donations. The second of these 2 are the conditional steps, is the removal of any residual beneficial interest in that title that may be retained by a lending institution. You would need to check the entire title history on your property. If there is if there is or ever was a deed of trust in that history, you would need to deal with that before proceeding further. I'm not going to give the information of that. I'll go to the next step. The next one is to bring the original land patent forward in whole or in part in your own name, as was detailed in the ATVLP, the format of the Declaration of Assignees, update of the patent document given. I'll give that a little bit. And then the last step necessary to extinguish or to discharge the obligation to extinguish all remaining encumbrances, aka tax obligations against the title. And how to properly go about this is detailed in the Errant Sovereign Handbook. I'm not telling you to break no law. I'm telling you to research everything. Research. And before you do anything, you must know. And then you can go in more detail of part 2 in the volume 2 of the Errant Sovereign's Handbook. It's a lot of information that we don't know. And if it wasn't valid, why do other nationalities never lose nothing in probate court? Why don't even go to probate court? You never ask yourself these questions? We never asked ourselves these questions because my people are lost due to a lack of knowledge because we refuse to learn. So I just want to share that little bit. I'm not going to go in detail of anything else. Like, that'll be it. But I showed y'all the information. I shared the wisdom. I shared y'all how much those documents cost. I gave y'all some information on certain books and history where you can find these things at. I talked about the 16 different type of trusts and why you should want a trust instead of a will, because a will is litigation. I spoke on land patents. I will get a little history. I'm not going to talk on it, but it's another document, and it's allodial titles and land patents. I lectured this a while ago. And I have all the documents for you to study. And then you come back and ask questions, and you learn some things, you know? And everybody that I lecture on the college campus, when they give $20, they get all these documents. I just said 5 documents, and I give my people taxes and receipts. It's not worth nothing. That's why we continue to fall in these dilemmas, especially when I talk about tax codes. So I love y'all, man. I just wanted to give a little introduction of Business 101. And you can have these documents. If you have them already, Islam, amen. But do you know what it's about? And are you operating in it? Or are we just reading things for face value? Do we own our things? When you go get a mortgage, and I tell everybody, you should never get a mortgage. You will never own nothing. Then when I show you the interest rates, when you borrowing something, you borrow $100,000. I'm just using it as a small average. At the end of it, of that loan, you paying 3 times of what you borrow, plus interest. And I broke that down already in a lecture. I showed y'all in the Bible how you don't supposed to owe nobody, and how this stuff is dead. A mortgage is dead. All this stuff is dead, and we should never go into debt like that. And I show you how to buy land and buy your land, and then you deal with your builders. But it fall on deaf ears with most of us. It fall on deaf ears. I've never seen none of my European colleagues lose their property or their homes like misnomer black people do, because they'll give a misnomer black person a car loan and they'll give you a mortgage before they give you a business loan. That's why you think it's no misnomer black businesses. And you got everybody on the internet with these fake companies talking about, I can show you how to own this land and all that stuff with those podcasts, what is called Breakfast Club. And they had all those people on there that talk about pay for your leisure. And they're not going to tell y'all that that's payola, that they paid to be on there. Research what payola mean. It's just like an infomercial. They need to tell the people that there ain't nothing but an infomercial and they paid to get on there and all that stuff is false. But you know, misnomer black people are caught up with glitz and glitter. They're caught up with the people driving around in a Lamborghini with diamonds and jewelry on, act like this their lifestyle. Really? Do you know how much it costs to maintain all that? Look at the Tulsa, whatever it's called, that brother from Atlanta. Look at that scam. Look at the brother from Nation of Islam when he talk about he has some never ever farms and he talk about he owned 400 acres. Look at the same brother that got on there talking about he got a master's degree in Christian education and a business degree in business management, him and the singer Tank. And it was proven that all that stuff, it was fake, had a green screen with some college from Nigeria. The same brother got on there talking about that pyramid scheme. And look what happened to that. And then the brother Pocket Watchers, JT, had the brother come on the show and he acting like a deer in the headlights, acting like he don't know what's going on. But then he say he educated. How can you be educated? And then when you get people to waste their money and you part of the scam, and then you act like, oh, I didn't know because they paid you as an influencer, because they looked and you sat down with them and you signed a contract, was like, man, I'll bring people to you. They use you as payola because that brother had hundreds and millions of thousands of followers. And then he can get on there talking like them Nation of Islam Muslims do with that bull crap. Excuse my candor, but they won't come on my page with that garbage because the brother jumped on my page before and all my moochies know it. And he was on there quiet like a church mouse. And I said, you better not come on here and say nothing because I'll fly right where you at. I'll fly right to your temple. I'll fly right to your mosque and we'll do a lecture in front of all your people. And I'll show you that you're a liar and ain't no truth in you. When you got that lady and that misnomer Arab to skin people out their money and knowing damn well you ain't own no 400 acres. And I told people before that, even the Black Wall Street stuff, all that pay for your leisure. I've been telling people none of that stuff is real. But what we do, we fall on deaf ears. We fall on deaf ears because we don't want to be educated. We want somebody to give us something. We think we can take a person course and then magically you learn something. And you did, and you can't sue them because you got what they said. What? You took their course. They copied and paste course. That's what you paid for. I be seeing women on here. I don't want to say their names because I love everybody. But I said, oh, you getting ready to get got. These people be going to these conferences. And I say, what have you learned? What have you got out of spending all that money at a conference? And you can deal with a real educator and y'all can bring people together on this platform, or I can come to your city and I can educate you. I can come to your city, show you how to buy plight. Especially if you're a minister, especially if you have your religious organization set together, especially if you know how to petition the city council and the city hall, especially if you live in a certain area. Hell, they'll give it to you. And then you don't want to buy no raggedy house in no neighborhood and it ain't nothing but a shell and it's no pipes, it's no nothing, it's a shell. You want that mug tore down and you want to put a manufacturer home on it. You don't want something that's going to take you too much money to refurbish. You don't. And the land is more valuable than anything. Any questions, man? I give y'all gratitude for taking time to listening to me. Do anybody want to add anything? I thank everyone. What do you say? Thank you too, brother. Thank y'all for the donations, family. I love y'all too. Peace and love. Peace and love. But hey, that's what it is with me, man. I'm just a teacher, an educator, a sheikh to some, a rabbi to some, a sensei to some, a divine minister to some, a teacher to some. And I know what I'm talking about. Why? Because if I didn't, I wouldn't have graduated with honors with my business degree, and I wouldn't have graduated with honors with my master's degree. Point blank. And now everything that I learned that I went in debt for, hundreds of $1,000s, I come back to my brothers and sisters on this internet and on this YouTube. And I ask everybody to share the teachings. And I try to bring people together to learn. And the first thing I try to teach people is about tax codes and why you should donate to something that's real. Why you should donate and how you can use your tax dollars to build your infrastructure. And I give you a taxes and receipt. And I will show you how to do it in your neighborhood when you under those religious exempt tax codes. And I show us how to buy our community and buy gardens. How many brothers and sisters on here that's in an urban community have a garden in your neighborhood and it's yours? And you sell a lot of the vegetables and a lot of the commodities to the people in your community, and then you donate a lot of stuff away. You make a lot of vegetable bags and give to the single moms and give to the seniors. How many people have that? How many people can go and get the list what the land bank own in the city of Flint and got a big list of houses, and I get a lot of that stuff donated to me and they take it off their books, and I tell them I don't want no raggedy house, I want the land. And if the house is raggedy and it's on the street that I want the property, I put the petition in and have the city of Flint tear the house down, and then I get the land. And that's how I own stuff next to each other. So right now it's a street called Iroquois. I grew up on Patterson Street. When you turn on Iroquois, all down there, every abandoned lot I own. And when I go back to my city of Flint in a couple of weeks, I'm gonna show y'all how. And my cousin on here, my cousin Isis, she was with me, her and my mom. I went right down to the land bank, right to the window, because it was during COVID time. I got the whole list, signed it out like, I want this property, I want this property, I want this property. She was like, do you want this abandoned house? I don't want no raggedy houses. She was cracking up. I said, I don't have the manpower to fix no raggedy house. I'm putting a petition in for y'all to tear it down, and then I just get a double wide or a modular home that's already furnished and put it on that property once we do the slab. Bam. And I get these properties for what brothers be spending at the clubs. For when old men older than me talk about, look at these tennis shoes, and you spend $300-400 on tennis shoes, I got me a lot for the same price. And now I'm getting ready to own a whole damn side street, under my religious and charitable organization. And I'll show y'all how to do it as well. I'm telling you, as I keep going, I'm gonna have my own park. Where's a good park in your neighborhood that you can take your kids, that you can barbecue? I'll be seeing these Negroes in front of abandoned houses, and then they talk about the police messing with you. The police ain't messing with you. You are loitering. You don't own that property. So what gives you the right to be on an abandoned porch loitering? You don't own that property. You are loitering. You are trespassing. And then these Negroes won't even buy the house. They won't even put their change together, but they'll spend a whole bunch of money, take a whole bunch of pictures in front of a raggedy ass house. Everybody fresh as hell. Everybody pull their cars up. You got about like $5,000 worth of alcohol, $5,000 worth of marijuana, $100,000 worth of clothes on to take pictures in front of a raggedy ass house. Like, where's the psychosis of that? That's some mental retardation. And these brothers won't, hey man, we're gonna put our money together. If we don't have the manpower to fix this up, we gonna have them tear it down, buy the lot, put our first double wide on it. Now we got our community house. Just like the Nation of Islam, I don't even know if they're the Nation of Islam. In my city of Flint, downtown, they got this place called the Muslim House. But right next to it is all raggedy. You know what I mean? Everything is raggedy. And it don't have to be. And I'm trying to show brothers how to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. How? About the money that we give away to Uncle Sam willingly. And how we can decipher some of the money that we take and party and bull crapping with and do something real with it. So that's all I got to say, man. Once again, I love everybody. I'm here to educate you. I'm here to resurrect you. I'm your brother. I'm your friend. And if you like the teachings, if you want to learn anything, if you want these documents that I'm talking about, all you got to do is send me an email to goodmankhary@gmail.com. Please give a small charitable donation to Cash App, $KGBay. If you want to hit me up, my office number is 602-473-8767. I'll respond to you long as you keep it professional. You send me a text, I will respond. And if you want to join us for Sunday school and adapt class, that we have adapt class, which is history class, every Saturday at 10:30 a.m. AZ time zone. And then we have Sunday school every Sunday at 2 p.m. AZ time zone on our temple and school YouTube and Facebook page at Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. You can be my personal guest, and you can join us live on StreamYard with all my brothers and sisters. So with that being said, man, once again, I love everyone. And if nobody have nothing else, man, thank y'all. Did everybody get the information? I hope we did. Peace, sis. Peace, Isis. Peace, Quan. Peace, D. Peace, Meffu one. I hope I'm not mispronouncing that. I know my Mufti. Peace, ALPH, Alpha, Ox Omega, I think. I know my Mufti Lamarck Barclay Bay is on here. I'm also on my Morris Haberdasher page on Instagram. So peace and love to you. E_class_lifestyle. Peace to everyone. Gratitude to every single one of y'all, man. Remember, I love y'all. And I just have a way to teach it. And I'm here to wake our brothers and sisters up. Because we have the ability and the power to do everything that we want to do. And we got to stop being wasteful. So once again, thank y'all. Whoever sent a donation, if you have it on your heart to give a donation, thank you. Because yesterday, my Sunday school was talking about controlling your conversation. If what you think about me in the inside don't match the outside, that's messed up. And I gave the analogy how a lot of people go to parties. Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Oh, thank you. Oh, you was interested in it as soon as you leave. Oh, I hate that person. Well, the inside don't match the outside. And the Holy Spirit sees that. So if you did have it on your heart and you really sincere and you don't have it to donate, I give you honor. I give you honor because it's nothing but a suggested donation. And I'm never going to hold a dollar amount to educate my people. I just hope it's worth something to you when you get a donation. I'm never going to hold a dollar amount over a person's head, not to share the information and not to share the documents with people. I would never, ever do that. That is not my mission. But what I do, I hope my brothers and sisters have it on their heart to say, yeah, it's worth a donation for all the information you give. You're not giving a donation just to hear me speak. You're getting a donation to get the information for you can touch it. Even when I do history school, I say, man, a donation, not just to hear me, but to get the information for you can have it as well. So you can share it with your children, so you can share with your friends and your family and your wife and your immediate circle. And then you can bring those people back to the storehouse. And now it's a group of us that's learning, that's building our spirit up. And that's what this is all about. We the people. So once again, man, thank y'all. And if anybody don't have nothing, or if you do have something, I'll wait about 1 or 2 more minutes for somebody to type something if they want us to say something in love, and then we out of here. I hope y'all got all the information. I sip my smoothie and I sip a little tea for about 1 minute to see if anybody wanted to say anything or ask something or whatever it may be. Make sure y'all got the number, the information. If y'all want my Cash App again, anything, I'll give it a couple seconds, then I'm out of here. What'd he say? Thank you too, brother. He was like, man, that's very gratitude for you not with being like that and giving the information, regardless if people won't give a donation. But we're going to continue to give donations because we support you in love. And I love y'all too. And thank you, man. Thank everybody from the Student Union. First of all, thank everybody from the Student Union, from Grand Canyon University, from University of Arizona, from Arizona Christian Academy, all those brothers and sisters that's on my college social media that I pull up for all those people. I give y'all gratitude, man. I give everyone gratitude. And so I don't have nothing else to say, but don't get caught up in no scam on the internet thinking you can take somebody's course and you're going to magically become rich. It's not going to happen. You're going to get disappointed. You're going to get very, very disappointed. I'm telling you, because you're going to see that dealing with someone with a fictitious name, that's not business. And dealing with someone that talk about they do Bitcoin and do all this, you have to have a amount of money that you're spending in half to even deal with Bitcoin, to be a Bitcoin provider. And you have to be registered in the SEC. I should be able to look you up and look over your track record. And if I'm a person that deal with real estate, the investor is the one that take the assumption of risk. You gotta understand this. But a lot of people play on our intelligence, like the brother with the Tulsa, whatever you call it, that real estate thing. And now, because I deal with people all over in Atlanta, and they was like, "Sheik, this Negro is in the church now with that scam," and she was like, "Somebody gonna take him out." I know about all that, but I ain't dealing with that because it's certain things that I don't deal with. It's like when a lot of people say, "Oh, you should be doing this besides that." Okay, if I'm selling chia pets and I'm making millions of dollars, why should I deal with something that somebody else tell me? No disrespect to no one. I know a lot of people to them, it's a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid scheme. It's to get people under them, and that's how they get paid, to take courses. If a person is really making money, all I tell people is open up your portfolio, and none of them will. They always say, "Well, you can do this, you can do this." I know what you can do. If it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. But I hear that. I tell everybody, I say, okay, if you can do all this and this and that, all you got to do is open up your portfolio and show me what you got. They can't. If they making so much money, but they can't guarantee you nothing, which when you dealing with any type of investments, you're always taking an assumption of risk. An AOR, an assumption of risk. Anytime you're dealing with somebody and they talk about guarantee 30% or this not, you can't guarantee nobody an investment. Just like if we was on a block selling dope, I can't guarantee you nothing. But that's the scam. When they say, oh, I can guarantee you this, I can guarantee you this. You can't guarantee me nothing. Especially when they're dealing with any form of investing, you can't guarantee me nothing. And if you making all this money because you got on some designer and you written a car because you got all these people as your so-called students and it's a pyramid scheme, open up your portfolio. That's all you got to do. And I tell all of them, open up your portfolio. And they be mad when I say, open up your portfolio. And let me see the tracking of how you making this money. And if you want me to be your student and you say, well, pay you this amount of money, why you just don't say, okay, I'm going to have you my student. I'm going to have you make this amount of money. And then once you make, say, 5,000, which they say I'm going to take 5,000 and turn it to, I'm going to take 500 and turn it to 5,000. If you want my little old $500 and you say that you can turn it to 5,000, just get me as a student, turn that money, front me to 500, turn it to 5,000, take your pay, and then now you got me. But they not, because they can't guarantee you nothing. That's why none of them Negroes will come on my page with it. A lot of them goofy Moors used to do that fake stuff, but I know how to read the stock market. I know how to read business plans. I know how to read all the temperatures. I know when something plateau. I know when to stake. I read these things. And then I have real people that does those type of investments. I got people that deal on Merrill Lynch. I got people that's on the real stock market that don't have a dog in a fight, that'll jump on my page and say, this Negro is lying. He don't even have enough money to even be doing what he's saying. He don't have $250,000 to even jump in the game. It's a joke. They dealing with fake, they getting fake stacks off the internet, some simulator. A simulator means nothing, and they using that stuff to con poor black folk. You never get no European caught up in that crap. That's why I be telling misnomer black folk, we only target our only people. You're not finna get no European Jew. You're not finna get my misnomer Chinese people. You're not finna get my misnomer Latino people. You're only gonna get misnomer Negroes to fall for that dumb shit. Excuse my candor. You're only gonna get them. Oh man, I saw them on the internet all dressed up. I went to this conference. You're only gonna get misnomer Negroes. We the only ones that do each other like that, D. Taylor. We the only ones. Look at it. And then the ones that's doing it, that's for real, they laugh about us. Go on. It's one brother that I like. It's a brother. He's younger than me. His name is JT. He got his own YouTube channel. It's called JT. I think it's called JT Pocket Watchers. And all you got to do is Google certain topics. When you Google those fake conscious brothers, when they talk about Black Wall Street, when you Google the brother from the Nation of Islam, and he had the brother come on there to defend himself, and the brother on there acting stupid. And the SEC shut all that stuff down. When he talk about he making millions, you ain't making no millions on no investment. Fool, stop lying. You are getting paid as a person, a payola. Research what payola mean. And then I bet they won't come on my channel because they know I'm telling the truth. I'm an educator. Finance and investment, it don't work like that, y'all. If it worked like that, the market would be flooded. And what person that you know that's a multi-billionaire would teach somebody for change to show them how to do what they done? It'll fluctuate the market. That ain't how that go. And y'all know that. And y'all know that. So I'm not here to argue with no one. I'm just here to tell it how it is. And to say, listen, man, use sound reasoning. Ask questions. Don't get excited. It's a book called The Influencer. When one of them Negroes, because they always used to jump in my page, man, well, you would be good work with this multi-level marketing scheme. I said, man, I know about the influencer. I said, y'all using that mind, that psychosis on your own people. The brother jumped right off my page. And then I said, no, don't. I said, come back. Let's play the game. I said, let's go live. Oh, brother, no, no, you would mess up my scheme. Exactly. Because I'm going to tell it how it exactly is. I'm saying it's fugazi. And anytime you're dealing with someone with a fictitious name in investment and a PO box, that should be a warning. Nobody in no investment is going to call themselves X this, X that. What's your real name? What's your address to your office? These are simple things. Can I look you up on the SEC? Can I look you up? Open up your portfolio. What's the ROI? It's certain language that you have to know. And most of us not. We get excited. It's almost like prosperity preaching. That's why them Negroes try to use religion and they try to dress up in splendor to talk Farrakhan this, or they try to say black this, or I'm trying to teach you how to think. Someone fall behind the Nation of Islam. All that. I'm trying to teach you how to think. The other brother with all that aliens and Anunnaki fake stuff, saying that he got a degree from Harvard, and that's false. They won't come on my page with that. But Negroes get caught up in Fugazi, and it's a multi-level marketing scheme or a Ponzi scheme. These people ain't even smart as Bernie Madoff, detailer. At least Bernie Madoff dealt with millionaires. At least Bernie Madoff dealt with a whole bunch of millionaires that got money. These people is dealing with people on Section 8, knowing damn well your poor butt sister on welfare shouldn't be paying no Negro. Oh, I'm paying $200-300 to take this course. Or I'm paying $1,000 to go to some conference. For what? For what? And it's no disrespect. I have to say like that because the audacity of our own people that using YouTube, that dress up in their splendor, they would never come on my page. They would never come on my page and have no intellectual conversation. Because I just say, okay, before you say anything, show me the records. Show me your bank account. Show me your portfolio. Who you dealing with that got paid out from this, from taking your course. I don't want to get no fake testimonies. I can get a fake testimony. It's a website that you can pay for fake testimonies. When I was working as an admission advisor, just like if you on the internet and you say you search it and a college, something pop up and you hit on there, you're going to get a call from me. And then a lot of these colleges, they buy a list of information and phone numbers, and they'll call them, hey, are you interested in going this? No, I'm not interested. I'm telling you what I know. I start telling where they get this information from. I start telling it all because they know it's a joke, it's a game, and they think misnomer black people are stupid. They would not take this stuff to no European or no educator. They do this in the black communities. They do these stupid conferences, and they use the internet and all these podcasts like they use $1 million worth of game. They use what is it with Charlemagne the God? I forget the name of those podcasts. And all those people on there, they should have told them that those ain't nothing but infomercials and those payola and them people paid to go on their shows because they did. Don't be mad at me. And then I start showing you all these people. Why you think the so-called Black Wall Street with all those brothers that was in the conscious community, why you think them Negroes couldn't really do nothing? Why y'all think? What you think happened to all that fictitious stuff? This ain't no disrespect. What happened to all that conscious community stuff and all that Black Wall Street and all that invest in this and invest in that? And because a person got a whole bunch of jewelry on and tattoos on their face. What happened to the whole bunch of that? Y'all get happy because a Negro sleeping with a whole bunch of women? And they know that we not intelligent? And they say, oh, if you don't get in there right now, you stupid. They plan on your intelligence. Oh, if you, the reason why you ain't rich because you're not dealing with me. That's dumb. Everything is about getting rich. Everything is about maintaining. And when you invest, a lot of people don't get rich off one investment. It's about making a small profit off everything. And these Negroes ain't rich on no real money. Because if they were, they wouldn't be dealing with you and I. They'll be dealing with people that got that bag. They'll be dealing with investors. It's people that have money that invest in real things. That's why they are rich, because they look for real investments to invest their money in. Just like when I teach people how to buy land, when I lecture their kids, they know I'm not one of these people on the internet trying to tell them that I'm some multi-millionaire, because I'm not. I'm not a bum. I'm okay. I use my money wisely. I create businesses. I make money in my sleep. I know about supply and demand. I know how to find a product and get a product for a certain price and sell it for a profit. I know about making a profit and putting my profit up and continue to buy the item and continue to put my profit up. I know how to do that, and I do that over and over and over. I know how to buy land for cheap, and then when people need land, I know how to sell it and make me a small percentage. I show people how to fill out things, and I just say, I'm going to be a person that show you how to do something, and then I'm out the way. Because I have an expertise. And these is facts. But I know a lot of our people, they still getting scammed because they still fall. I'm getting ready to go to this conference. And I say, this conference to do what? With who? And I'm like, okay, after you go to this conference and spend these thousands of dollars, let's see what you learn. You didn't do nothing. I call people groupies. Because they come back, ooh, that person had on these clothes on. Ooh, look at his necklace. I'm like, his necklace? And then we be bragging to people because they dropped out of school in the 3rd grade. Or they was prisoners, like the Tulsa, Oklahoma thing. That brother sat down and came up with a whole way to scam his own brothers and sisters. You can't take that to no Europeans. You can't. You only can do that with misnumbered black people, and they play on our emotion of getting rich or get rich quick scheme. And if you ain't dealing with me, that's the reason why you don't have nothing. That's how they play with y'all. And y'all know I'm telling the truth. And since the COVID, that stuff got popular. All that pay for your leisure, all that, these people living in these big houses with all this jewelry and Lamborghinis. Y'all think that real? Y'all thought that stuff Polite was doing was real? No disrespect to the brother. Y'all thought that was real. Look where this stuff get these people. Prison. It's just what it is. No disrespect to no one. And then entertainers be liking that stuff. Just like Harold Belafonte said, and Malcolm X said, the reason why we shouldn't be looking at no Negro entertainer for nothing, because it's just entertainment. And you saw the brother all dance at the games and all that stuff around all these rappers. Busta Rhymes, he saluting the brother. Why? Because he got a whole bunch of women. Like, this stuff be goofy. And then people talk about, oh, I'm taking the course. You ain't taking no course. Stop lying. Because if you were taking the course, show me your classes. Because when the Negro jumped on my Instagram, and all my people know, he jumped on my IG one day. I said, where you at? He said, Vegas. I flew out to Vegas the next day. Hit the Negro up. He rolled past me about 3 times in that old damn Rolls Royce. And then I said, you want me to tell you where you renting them Lamborghinis from? I went right to the place. They're like, oh yeah, the brother rent here from here all the time to do his videos. So I don't mean no disrespect to no one. I'm just telling you what it is. Y'all can go right on my YouTube page. I was right in Vegas on the Strip. I'm like, I'm waiting for the brother. That you say that, oh yeah, come take my course. He thought I was a sucker. I said, oh, I'll fly there. Then he looked me up on Instagram. He was like, brother, oh, I didn't know that was you. Yeah, come on, I'm here to take the course. I got my money. Showed him my money. I flashed my bread. I said, I'm here to take the course. Scared like Don Knotts. Because you know damn well it ain't no course. And if it was a course, where are your students? You should be in a building and show all my students, and you teaching the course. Go live and teach a course. You can't. You can't. You can't. Because you can't guarantee nobody nothing when you investing. And when these people talk about Forex and Bitcoin and all that, man, they don't know nothing. And if they do, tell them to open up their portfolio. And I bet you in their portfolio is nothing but Fuji dust. I guarantee you. I guarantee you it's all Fuji dust. And if you want to learn anything about investment, take a class, take a college class. I'll give you a crash course over it. I'll give you all the books and everything so you can study everything that you're going to be paying them every month, $200, $300, $400, $500 to take their course over the course of years. You can sit down with me. I can give you a crash course. I can give you all the information and you can study it yourself. You ain't got to pay me no whole bunch of nothing. You can give me a donation or say, man, I want to. Can you give me a crash course? Because that's all it takes. Because dealing with investments, I can't guarantee you nothing on no investment. That's why I don't even talk about Forex and all that. I ain't finna be on the internet talking about some that I think is fictitious, something that I know is fictitious. And why would I talk about investment, no disrespect, to a whole bunch of Negroes that don't even have $20? Think about it. When I'm on here lecturing and the person say, oh man, I don't got no money and doing that. But you got enough money to put on some fake ass Forex, excuse me, and I'm not talking about nobody, or some Bitcoin, man, please. Instead of understanding about supply and demand and buying some for low and selling it for a good price, making a percentage and making a profit consistently, that's crazy. To me and to any business person, that's asinine. If you selling rocks and you the whole thing you should want to do is, one, sell rocks better. Or diversify your portfolio. I'm not going to tell you to stop selling rocks, regular rocks. I'm just talking not dope, but rocks, and you making money off rocks. I'm going to say, okay, well, let's see what you're doing. You might say, brother, I'm selling rocks. This is my business plan, blah, blah, blah. Who your target market? Everybody. No, your target market is the people that want this specific type of rocks. So the number one, I'm going to show you how to get your target market. We're going to see if you're selling it too high. We're going to see if your percentage on your investment is too high. So you can always sell your product for a good price and make an investment and make a profit, and do that consistently over and over and over in your sleep. And then once you make a certain amount of money, you can take your profit or your percentage or that money that you have extra that you've been putting up and do what? Diversify your portfolio. What do you mean, Sheik? Do another business endeavor that you like to do. How? Maybe buy some property in your community and buy a garden. Now you got a community garden, or maybe buy a lot in your area that the city tore down and put your double wide on it and rent it out to a girl on Section 8, or they don't got to be on Section 8, or refurbish your community. Bring people together as a conglomerate. Stop trying to do things by ourselves. Bring people as a community, 20 people, at least 10 people. And then y'all splitting the overhead. And now all of y'all are promoters. All y'all are marketers over the business. So y'all got the same idea and vision, bringing people to your company. That's what this is all about. And then people have stake in your company. That's what I'm talking about. So, like I said, I was going to stop, but I just have to give y'all that little freestyle. Once again, gratitude. I love y'all. I will never send nobody in no burning house. My whole thing is education, 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 education. Educate yourself on everything. And if a person is not willing to educate you on nothing and want you to take some course before you educated yourself, before you sat down and they answer the questions that you have, that should be a warning sign. And I'm here to answer all questions. So once again, I thank y'all, my brothers and sisters. I love everyone. Truth has no size. And once again, if you would like to give a donation, it's Cash App $KG Bay. My email is GOODMANKHARY. If you send a donation to Cash App $KG Bay, hit me up and I'll make sure you get this information. And my office phone number is 602-473-8767. Thank y'all. Peace, Sis Isis. Peace, Quan. Peace, Mighty as well. Peace, D. Peace, my Mufti Lamarck. Peace, Myth Fu 1. Peace, Master.T33. Peace, E-Class Lifestyle. I love everyone, man. I'm not here to argue and debate. I'm here to give you sound reason and challenge everything what I'm saying as a truth seeker. Peace.